Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this Friday morning. We're wrapping up what's been a beautiful week weather-wise. It's just been, I hope you had a chance to get outside. It's been gorgeous. So same way today and tomorrow is going to blow a little bit, but it's going to be some really pretty weather. So I hope you're making some plans for the great outdoors. Moving on with our weather, high today will be 81, low will be 69, and our water temperature is at 75 degrees. And by the way, that's taking off the end of the pier, and I'll mention this later on in the show. The pier will be closed tomorrow now for the triathlon. They've got limited hours today, and yesterday had limited hours. So it's going to be closed tomorrow for the swimmers and all. So be aware of that if you're planning a pier trip for tomorrow. Can't do it on the piers out there. Now, let's take a look at the river readings. The rivers are in great shape. Take a look at the Apalachicola at Bluntstown. And by the way, this is brought to us by Mountain Dew. Take it out and do. It's at 8.2, and it's leveling off. It's going to be in great shape. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville, 5.9, it's level. It's going to be beautiful. That Choctawhatchee River, all those leaves changing and all up in those sloughs. If you don't go fish, just ride around in a boat or paddle a kayak or canoe and just look at some of God's beautiful nature. Take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Today is Friday, November the 6th. Great tides today, great tides tomorrow and Sunday, and some good tides next week. So we're looking at a good situation there. It's going to be low this morning at 11:06 and high at 12:12 right after midnight. Our wind, we're going to get some wind now coming in from the northeast at about 12. That's at double digits you want to be aware of. And tomorrow it's going to be coming in east-northeast at about 13. So it'll be the same amount of wind. So if you're planning your trip on the lakes or the bays and all, that's a pretty strong wind. So plan your trip sort of out of the wind, or if you're coming back against it, or if you've got a real nice fancy boat, it's not going to bother you that much. But a lot of us don't have those real nice fancy boats. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Don't forget about if you're looking for a good part-time job, C&G Sporting Goods, they have one. Call Ronnie. He may have already had it filled, but check it out. It's going to be a good situation if you want to work around some good folks and be around outdoor stuff and talking about it all day long. All right, now we had the Panther video on. Dave sent it from Gulf County, and I'm going to read you now the response from the FWC. I won't read it word for word. He sent me the email that he received from the FWC. This was the email here. I won't read you the whole thing. I'm going to read part of it to you because this is the official response from the Fish and Wildlife Commission on the video that we showed of what many believe was the Florida panther over in Gulf County. Okay, hey Dave, I appreciate you going through the effort to send me the video. In my opinion, the animal in the attached video is a house cat. Although the video is lacking good size reference points for scale, oops, I'm wrong. Okay, come back to it. I hit it wrong. Okay. What they're talking about, they want to do a reference to, I think I have it back. They want something like a pole or something they can reference the size of it. So this guy, the FWC guy, is saying the reference to the size of that cat does not give them a good situation there to judge it. So he goes on to say, sometimes remote cameras can be deceptive. I'm sure you've looked at your share of panther videos, but I'm attaching some for you to look to put them in the right size. I realize you may not like or agree with my assessment, so if you want to discuss it further, don't hesitate to give me a call. I also sent the video, without my opinion, to the FWC panther biologist, and it was also their consensus it was a house cat. Okay, and then it goes on to say if you get any additional videos. So that's the official word from the FWC biologist, the panther biologist, okay? So we'll go, you have opinions, and you have your own opinion, so you're entitled to your own opinion, and then the experts have their opinion, but sometimes they make mistakes, sometimes we make mistakes, so I'll leave it at that. If you want to pursue it, if you ever see a picture like that, let us know, and we can put it on the show. Okay, I've got some more pictures to show you. Let's see where, I've showed these yesterday. Okay, I don't know if I showed this one. I did not. Let's start with this. Marvin Ferran, class of 81. He lives up in Leon County now. He's over there hunting in Georgia. Well, I haven't hunted in several years and really haven't felt like since my dad passed away. But I started back this year. Well, the good Lord sure blessed me this evening with the biggest buck I've ever taken. Good job, Marvin Ferran. There's some Ferrans up there in Liberty County. They all cousins, and Marvin worked with the sheriff's office up there in Leon County and made a career out with law enforcement. Good job. There's a picture of Marvin. Good job. All right. Proud of you, Marvin. Great guy there. All right, this is just a Jackie Wingate, who's Jack Wingate's daughter up there at Seminole Lodge. And I wanted to share this with you about how they used to do at camps. And Jack Wingate and a couple of guys up there would put on a boys, like a camp. Back then it was a boys camp from 60s and 70s. And just a couple of days they would keep the boys up there and teach them how to shoot and how to fish and all that. I don't guess you can do that stuff now, but that old 410, and she still has that 410. Here's a picture of them. And it's good things that, you know, back then it was a pretty easy thing to do, and people took time to do that. So good job, Jackie Wingate, saving that old 410, the camp up there. Okay, this is what I just talked about earlier on the show. The pier is closing, and it's closed Wednesday and Thursday and Friday closed, and then all day Saturday, and that's because of the triathlon coming up tomorrow. All right, Betty Brown sent this. This is cool. It's from Betty and Bobby Brown. Hey, Winston, this is my 15-year-old grandson, Aiden, from Eatonton, Georgia. He went hunting last Saturday with his dad for the first time with his gun and got this prize. How lucky can you get? An 8-pointer snuck up behind them, but he was able to get turned around and get a shot off. My husband and I watch your show daily, and will I be entered in your weekly drawing? I sure will get your name in there, but here it is right here. Good job, Aiden, and that's a beginner's luck right there to get one that nice. That's very good. Good job. I hope you get it mounted. I know your parents are going to mount that for you. Okay. So, all right. Okay, let's move on. But that is a good job, Aiden. That Black Drum tournament has been canceled. They just couldn't get it all together. It's tough putting a fishing tournament together. A lot of work. You have to have a lot of help. And it's just canceled for now. But hopefully it's a great idea, and hopefully they'll get it back when things settle down a little bit. And here's Jeff Austin. Now, this is from over in Orange Beach, but this had a Black Drum or talking about the Black Drum tournament. This is out here in the surf, okay? Good job on that. So, all right, so that takes care of our pictures. I did want to mention, with that being canceled now, we're still having the Jeff bought off, Elizabeth bought off tournament, and Jeff and Sunjam are putting that on. So we are still having that one, okay? All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, and as always, we're glad you're with us this morning. I hope you're getting ready for a great outdoor weekend and spend some time with family and friends, and we're trying to get you excited about doing things like this. Speaking of being excited, I want to congratulate my son-in-law, Walter Woodrick. Walter spent the last 2.5 years part-time working to get on his divinity degree. He's got his, I call it his preacher's license, but he has a degree now in ministry, and he now has now he's still doing full-time financial planning, but he's picked up this church here. This is outside, this is Dixon, Tennessee. This is Pomona Baptist Church. They were looking for, it's a small church up there. It's off the Interstate I-40. There's a little gym in the background. So there's a sign 2 weeks ago he started. Welcome Pastor Walter Woodrick and family. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and I'm proud of him. He's still doing financial planning, but he's taking on the added responsibility, felt his calling was doing that. And he still loves to hunt and fish. So anyway, I just want to congratulate him. Real proud of him. Let's move on. I want to, speaking of being thankful, I was up in Alabama yesterday. I went to see a friend and all, and visit and do some things with them. And I went by myself. A lot of times Gail was with me, but when I'm driving through the woods and driving up through the, Alabama, you get out in the country, it's a beautiful place. And I had this feeling of I don't know, I just had this overwhelming feeling of thankfulness. And I got to thinking, speaking of thankfulness, we're only, less than 3 weeks away from, okay, I think I got it here, Jeff, from Thanksgiving. So go ahead and start making your thankful list, what you're thankful for. We'll go over them, and I'd always get the kids to ought to go around the room and ask what they're thankful for. And it's still something good to do. We're still doing Thanksgiving with our family. What are you thankful for this year? I know 2020 has been a tough year, but still a lot to be thankful for. So anyway, we'll talk more about that. Now this next little segment, this is not local. This is actually up there. This is a deer on the front porch. I'm going to show it. It's a pretty long. Okay, this is a deer. Okay, I'm going to start it right here. Let's see, we got it. This is just a deer on the front porch. I thought now he's limping. So I think he's been hit by a car when he was younger. But okay, he got his front porch here, and these pumpkins. So this was like last week or two with Halloween, and he comes up there and just starts chewing on a pumpkin. Now, obviously, I was thinking he must be like a neighborhood deer. I mean, that's a big buck. You see the cars in the background, so it's in a neighborhood. So he's just chewing on that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move it. I'm going to sort of fast forward it to other. Okay, so all right. So it knocks it forward, and he's still chewing on it. I got tickled. I was thinking he's trick or treating, but he's going ahead. He don't like the candy, but he's going to eat the pumpkin. All right, moving on here. This is a fairly long. So now, look at him chewing. I was just cracking up looking at this. He just said, "Well, this out here, so I know y'all don't mind me chewing on it." So I'll move it on a little bit further. He's about eating most of that pumpkin there. He's still chewing. All right. You can see it's like the porch, and I guess they have one of those Ring cameras, which is a good idea to have something like that. And then I'll move it on over here. So he starts chewing on the other one now. Okay. He's not sure if he maybe hears some noise. All right, now he gets ready to leave. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna move on up here. Gets ready. He's getting on up on the porch. He has eaten most of that pumpkin right there. All right, I'm gonna go to the last segment here. Look at there. He's cleaning it up, isn't it? All right. So we're right. He's getting ready to leave now. I got to thinking maybe, if you plant pumpkins in your food plot next year, bit of Grantham, that's something y'all can plant up there in Jackson County, because I know y'all got water. Okay, he hears something. Watch this. Maybe one more bite. No, I'm going to back on up. But you see where he's been, he got hit by a car, obviously. And he's checking it out. He said he better ease it. Get one more bite. Okay, that's good. All right, so he walks on off the porch, and I hope you enjoyed that. My thinking in a situation like that, he sort of hangs around in the neighborhood up in the woods and all. He probably hit by a car and all, and probably don't venture out too far. So anyway, saw that was interesting. Now, got some great news for all you viewers. After much thought and consideration, I have made a decision. We're going to, I have someone volunteer to help on this. To help on putting the shop back together for the caps and the shirts and the decals and all of that. We've tried it. Gail and Donna Allen have tried it. I ended up firing them. I told them, there's a joke now, they worked hard at it. We got so busy, we just, their place was overflowing with things they had to do. So I told them I'm going to put them on retainer. I have a guy that I've met to watch the show, Travis, is going to come on and going to help us get things together. It's not available yet. What we'll do is get all our stuff, put it on our website. It'll be the Panhandle Outdoor Shop. And you'll be able to go to it, and you can get it. We're going to work through Etsy, and you can get it online. You can send a check, or you can buy it online, whatever. And we'll have sizes and colors and all. We're getting this ready for Christmas. So don't spend all your money on Christmas yet, because you want to save some money to spend on Panhandle Outdoors and garments and gear and all the stuff we have. So I've been asked so many times, and I've always wanted to share all this stuff with y'all, and we just have not been able to do it. But I have my niece that runs our website and all. She's going to work with us, and Travis is going to be doing all the work, and I'm certainly going to help all I can. But anyway, good news, the shop is coming. Okay, more good news. We're going to give away some seafood. Did I add Peanut McCormick? Peanut McCormick. Okay, here you go, buddy. Good to see you yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Okay, now, here we go. The winner of the Los Angeles, $25 gift certificate. We went and had lunch there the other day. We don't eat a lot in restaurants now because we just don't go inside, but the restaurants that offer outside facilities, we're starting back on those, and we flat out in Los Angeles, what a beautiful time to eat outdoors, and you can just stay outdoors and eat. So we took our two granddaughters, hadn't seen them in a week or two, took them out to lunch the other day. So great place to go, Los Angeles. And during the daytime, ask for Minta. At nighttime, ask for Brad. That's how they work it. The winner is right here in my hand. Is going to be Ty Cobb from Fountain. Ty won something last year, I remember. $25, Ty, good job. Now, the $20 gift certificate from Fresh Seafood from Tarpon Dog Seafood. Check with Clay or Kenny. All the way from Cottondale, Kenny Jackson. All right, and the big red snapper, okay, is going to go to, all right, I got it right here, Bart Lewis. I don't know where it's from, but Bart Lewis, Ty, Kenny, and Bart. 3 guys won it. We usually have 3 ladies win it, so that's going to wrap it up. Now, what we're going to do, during this commercial break, we'll get set up for our famous Friday fishing forecast and talk about if you're fishing this tournament tomorrow, where to go, and some things you can do. And we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're glad with us. We just, the red snapper is not here anymore because red snapper season closing, so this is what you're looking for this weekend, especially if you're fishing the tournament tomorrow. I'm going to be checking you at the weigh-in and taking pictures of all you folks that entered, so be there tomorrow at 3 o'clock for the weigh-in, even if you don't fish it. But let's do something different this Friday. Let's pretend you're fishing this tournament tomorrow. I was saying about last night, if I was fishing, well, what would I do? Okay, so here's a game plan for the redfish tournament. I'm going to give you 4 options, and you still can enter it. But I'm going to tell you what the big boys do. But by that, I mean the ones that go in all these tournaments and fish all the time, okay? The number 1 choice, what they were going to do, and I hope they don't do it tomorrow, because it's just a little tournament here compared to a big one. What they're going to do, they're going to take off from St. Andrew, okay? They're going to go down to Intercoastal, through Lake Wimico, and they're going to fish right in here. They're going to fish right in these spots up in here. That's what the big boys do in these big tournaments. But they spend, you spend what? Well, according to how fast your boat is. But to me, that's a little too much for a local tournament. Okay, that's option 1. And if you're welcome to do that any way you want to do it, if you want to win that bad. All right, now, the second option, what I would do, that's option 1. The second option, I would fish East Bay. And I'd fish up in the same areas I've showed you before. I'd fish East Bay up there on the bottom part of the screen, right through these islands. Okay, that's where Jeff. I say Jeff. That's where Jeff and I are going to go one day, aren't we, Jeff? We keep talking about going fishing, we just don't have time. But anyway, this is where a good place to go up here. And I zero in some areas right in here, right there in the center of the screen. Okay. And then up right in here, right there in the center of the screen. Okay, now, let's go with second. Okay, that's option 2. Option 3, I'll be go to West Bay and start there, and this is really what I do, that's what I do more than anything. Right there in the center of the screen, West Bay Point, and work your way up there on the north shore of West Bay. You got Burnt Mill Creek, you got Crooked Creek, you got some oyster bars right out in here, and you got a northeast wind coming, so that's why I would stay on that side of the bay. Okay? That would be option number 3, and then a lot of people don't realize you got the pass right here. Now I want to talk about the pass. Now you're going to the northeast wind, so you can work on this side. You catch a lot of bull reds. Fishing the pass is where you catch the bull reds. Every now and then you catch one small enough that would measure, and remember he's got to be fit in a slot. So I've seen guys win the tournament by fishing the pass. I saw a guy, in fact, won this tournament when they're doing it back at Lynn Haven Park. Won this tournament right here. He went out to the pass that morning and caught one small enough, not big enough, but caught one small enough to enter it. So those are your 4 options right there, okay? Now, let's move on. The other thing too, bridge fishing is going to be good this weekend. Bridge fishing for black drum, even though they're not going to have the tournament, bridge fishing is going to be good down there in East Point. And also the Lynn Haven Bridge over there in Charlotte Bay, even fishing around those bridge pilings. The black drum bite continues to be real good. I've heard that from sources. You saw the surf fishing. They're catching black drum and big redfish in the surf from Navarre all the way down through here. And then getting ready, and they all catching some pompano. I saw some pompano picture early part of the week, and there's not a lot of them, but they're catching. Remember, next weekend is going to be the big pompano tournament. I'm going to show you exactly where to go if you want to fish that pompano tournament next week. So the other thing I wrote down, we had the, 2 ways to fish for redfish. Going back to the tournament this weekend, you can fish around docks or structure, or you can sight fish. Those 2 ways, and I fished with guys that like to do both, and both of them are successful if the fish are there. Okay, freshwater real quick. The river, I wrote down the river's right. You saw the river reading. The river's right. If the river's right, that means the creeks are right. And again, this time of year with all of the leaves and all turning, be some great fishing up in the sloughs in the Choctawhatchee system and the Apalachicola system. I also wrote down catfish on Lake Seminole, and that was the other thing I wrote down. Catfish on Lake Seminole, jug fishing for them is really good this weekend. Wilbur Miller and some of his buddies do that on a regular basis and have good success. So got all kind of great things going on. I would just want to encourage you, even if you don't participate with the fishing or working on your tree stand or any kind of stuff, just get out in the woods or get outdoors somewhere and just walk through the woods and all. Walk out there, walk around in a circle and come back. But, get out in nature this time of the year. It's just awesome. And, of course, be careful where you step, and you want to walk on a path and be careful of that kind of stuff. But it's just a beautiful time in the woods. Take a camera with you and take some pictures, especially early in the morning or late in the afternoon. So I always encourage you to get outdoors. And, okay, tomorrow now we'll be at the tournament. We'll be there around, I'll be there probably around 2 o'clock. And I have my camera with me, and I want to take a picture of you if you're there. And also you buy some raffle tickets and all. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for the week. Like I said, it's been a beautiful week, and I hope you've had a chance to take advantage of it. Make sure when you go outdoors, you're going to be safe and share your time with other folks' time in the outdoors doing stuff together. You'll have a great weekend. Do something good for your fellow man. Enjoy the outdoors. God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.